Well, here at KQ2, we try to focus on as many local elections as we possibly can, and it may not seem like the state of Nebraska is local, but our coverage area does actually extend down here into the southeastern part of the state. Nebraska is not a state that's getting a lot of attention this election cycle, but it is one that's very interesting that has some key races that could have major implications. The first is there are two competing abortion amendments, Initiative 434 and 439. Initiative 434 would prohibit abortion in the state of Nebraska, while 439 would enshrine abortion rights into the Nebraska state constitution. Both of these initiatives got enough signatures to get on the ballot, and both of them could theoretically pass. However, the Nebraska state constitution does say that if two conflicting amendments pass, the one with more positive votes becomes law. The second thing that's interesting about Nebraska is that they are one of two states that split up their electoral votes, as you can see on this map. 2 votes go to the overall winner of the state, and then 1 for each congressional district. Now, the one that's interesting is District 2. This is where Omaha is, and this is seen as a district that Vice President Harris is somewhat likely to win. Now, this one electoral vote could be a huge difference in this election. It could be the difference between a tied electoral college or a narrow win by one of the two candidates. The third and final thing that's interesting about Nebraska is that they are voting for their 2 Senate seats in this election cycle. The first is a special election to fill the seat until 2026. The incumbent Republican is seen as safe in that election, but the more interesting of the 2 Senate elections is this one right here, this election between incumbent Republican Senator Deb Fischer and independent Senator Dan Osborne. The Republican Party of Nebraska decided not to run a candidate and endorse Osborne instead. If Osborne wins, he'll be one of 3 independent senators in the United States Senate: Bernie Sanders, Angus King, and himself. Now, Sanders and King both caucus with and are counted among the Democrats in the United States Senate. But Osborne says he won't be doing that. He won't choose either party, he won't caucus with either side, and will be a true independent in the Nebraska Senate. This could create a situation where there are 50 Republicans, 49 Democrats, and just 1 independent. Now, this could make things very interesting in that chamber of Congress. I'll be looking at all these races and more during our election coverage here on KQ2.